Good morning, everyone. I welcome you all to another episode of New Member Orientation Series, and today we are going to discuss on episode 8, and the topic is Table Topics Speaker. Now, when you hear about the word table topics, you will have that slight trepidation. There will be slight fear inside you. Oh, it's going to be table topics. So, how am I going to deal with this? So, today we will be discussing on how you should approach a table topic session as a speaker. So, first of all, we want to know what table topics is all about. Now, table topics is a unique word which is found only in Toastmasters International. So, to define it simply in one word, table topics is actually impromptu speaking. Okay, so it is a portion of the meeting where members will be practicing speaking without any preparation. They will be asked, they will call out randomly, and they will be given a topic on the spot. And the speakers, they need to speak for a short duration of time. So this is what impromptu speaking session or table topics is all about. Now, how does it work? So there's a session called table topics. That is, normally it happens after the prepared speech session. So in that session, the table topic session will be headlined by the topics master. Okay, so the topics master, he will come to the stage. He will brief out the rules and regulations of this particular session, that is a table topic session. And then what he will do is, in order to give you an idea, since you are a new member, in order to give you an idea, he will call a veteran Toastmaster first, that is an experienced Toastmaster first, to give a demonstration on how a table topic session is conducted. So what happens is, he will call a veteran Toastmaster and then he will give him a topic. Okay, a topic that, now normally whenever a topic is being prepared for a table topics with a set of topics, those topics can either be related to the theme but not necessarily. It could be also outside the theme as well. Okay, so the topic which is given, he'll be given the topic, and they have to speak. They have to speak on that topic for 1 to 2 minutes. Okay, now one thing that you need to understand is, there is no right or wrong answer in the table topics. Okay, so you can blurt out anything. It's not necessary. No one is going to judge based on your answer. Of course, it's going to be a fun session, a little scary at first, but it's a way to practice. You, whenever you get an opportunity, grab it, and you can actually practice. So that is about table topics. Okay, now, so table topics is basically about having quick thinking and confidence. So when both of this come together, that's when you become a great speaker. So table topics is actually a wonderful way to improve your speaking skills and also to improve the confidence level as well. So that is the important benefit of table topic session. So what happens during table topics? So I gave you an idea. I will just repeat through it. So first thing is that the topics master will call you out, and then he will ask you to come to the stage. So just stand up and come to the stage normally. Take a deep breath. Okay, and the topics master will give you a question or a topic. Okay, you need to pause for a moment. Do not answer suddenly. There's no need to answer suddenly. Take a pause for a moment and gather your thoughts. Maybe you can pause for like around 30 to 40 seconds. Okay, that's the maximum you can go. Gather your thoughts and then start off with a clear opening. Now, one of the common ways to do this opening is, in case a topic is given, one simple way is just confirm the topic. Confirm the topic. That's the best way you can start a table topics speech. Okay, that is actually a very good way for a beginner to start a table topic speech. Now, as you attend many meetings, many sessions of table topics, you will find ways. Naturally, you will find different ways on how to open a speech. But since you are a beginner, this is the best way. You confirm the topic. That is the best opening which a beginner can do. Then once you do the opening, then you share 2 to 3 main points. Now, main points could be anything. As I said, there's no right or wrong. It's all about how you tell. Okay, no one is going to judge based on your answer. If you're not able to tell 2 to 3 main points, what you can do is, based on the topic, you can tell a short story. Okay, a story which supports the topic. Then what you can do is, then you can wrap the entire speech in brief conclusion. Now remember that you have only 2 minutes time, up to 2 minutes time, and a grace period of 30 seconds. That's the only time that you have in order to deliver a session, deliver a table topic speech. So make sure that the speech is brief. okay, but make it more interesting as well if possible, okay, and have a proper conclusion, okay, and then when you are done, you can go back to your seat and relax. So that is one. So that is how a table topic session is conducted. Now, what kind of questions are asked during the table topic session? So there are several types of questions. So I have been in Toastmasters for the last 4 years, and I have I have witnessed several table topic sessions with different forms of questions. Like for example, there are opinion based questions. Like for example, uh, as you see in the screen, what is the best piece of advice you have ever received? So that is an opinion based question. Okay, that is number one. Number two is preference. Okay, so preference questions are like, for example, again in the screen, if you see, if you could travel anywhere, where would you go and why? So it's based on the audience choice. Like they can choose one place and then they can talk about that place. Then we have reflection. Reflection is based on, is having questions like, what is that one skill that you wish you had learned earlier? So that is a reflection based question. It's like you're coming to the stage and you're thinking about that question. And then hypothetical. Hypothetical is like, it could be, it's not necessarily it should be factual. It could be quite fictional as well. So these questions are meant to be entertaining. So if you could have dinner with anyone, living or dead, who would it be? Okay. And then we have personal based questions. So it's like, what made you smile today? So these are personal kind of questions. So these are several types. Now there could be types apart from this, but the common types of questions are these. These are the ones that you normally find in any table topic session. Now, in case if you are not able to answer the question, what will you do? You can just simply pass. Okay, it's okay that you are allowed to pass. In case if you don't know about the topic, at least give it a try. Maybe a sentence or two will be enough. Okay, if possible, push yourself. Go for at least 1 minute mark. When the green light turns on, you can stop over there. There's no issue. But at least give it a try. Even if it is, as I said before, no one is going to judge you based on your answers. It's all about whether you attempt, whether you are able to speak a sentence or two. Okay, there's no penalty involved with it. There's no penalty. Means if you're not able to say any answer, there's no penalty involved. No one is going to think less of you. And many new members, it's a fact actually, many new members, whenever they attempt a table topic session, they actually pass their first few times. And it's quite normal. Okay, it's quite normal. So there's no need to be embarrassed about this one. So it's okay to pass, and there's no pressure about it. There's no pressure that you should say this thing. No, no one is going to force you on that one. It's okay to pass. So how to pass politely? So the polite way is that there are several ways. So some of the ways are simple pass. So you can say that I would like to pass for now. Thank you. That's one way. Then if you have a particular reason, you can mention that out. Like for example, I will sit this one out, but I will try next time. Okay. Then with thanks. Thank you. I will listen this time. So that is how you have to pass. So the audience will always respect your choice. The idea of Toastmasters is to make everyone comfortable. Okay, so in case if you are not ready, it's okay. No problem. There's no pressure on delivering a speech. Now, how do you shine during table topic session? So these are some of the tips. So the first thing is that you come to the stage, listen to the topic very carefully. Okay, listen to the topic very carefully, so you know exactly what to answer. So when the topic is being recited by the table topics master, listen to it carefully. Second thing is, pause before speaking. That is, take a pause before you start to speak. So you need to give some time to think on what you are going to say. So it's like that is actually the planning period. Okay, consider that as a planning phase. 30 seconds planning phase. So once you have a clarity in your thoughts, the third tip is keep it simple. If you want to deliver a point, no need to use big phrases and all. Just use short, simple sentences. Okay, stick to two to three points, or you can go for a short story. Okay, the idea is to communicate the message effectively. Okay, so that is why we are saying to keep it simple. Then use I statements. Okay, the reason why I'm saying I statements is because I statements means it's like a first person. You are directly interacting with the person. So this can actually establish a connection. That is, from a speaker point of view, you're connecting with the audience using the I statements. Okay, so personal stories are easier to share. This the next tip is, do not overthink. Okay, don't overthink. There's not, as I said before, there's nothing called as a right answer for a table topic session. It's all about how you answer based on your perspective. Okay, only thing is that we just need to stick to the topic. That's all. That's the only fundamental criteria for a table topic session to go to be justifiable. Okay, that means it should be logical, right? If you suppose that if you are giving a topic, you cannot speak of something else, right? You should speak on the topic, right? So, as I said before, if you know about the topic, talk about it. If you don't know, then yes, it's okay. As I said, you can speak a word or two, you can speak a sentence or two, otherwise you can pass. There's no wrong answer onto it. Now, the last thing is have fun with it. Now, when I say have fun with it, means yes, enjoy the session. There's no pressure on how you have to you have to perform it very well or not. It happens because sometimes experienced speakers also, they might have difficulty in order to understand the topic and speak about that, because there might be topics which they are not really familiar about. So that is one common observation which is made in Toastmasters. So it's okay if you're not able to answer, but try to enjoy that process. So these are some of the tips for giving a successful table topics speech. So in summary, so what is table topics? Table topics is actually an impromptu speaking practice. For how long it will be? It will be for 1 to 2 minutes. Who can join? Anyone. Even guests can also join table topic session. Can you pass? Yes, anytime. You can pass. There is no penalty involved for that one. And why do you do it? You do it because you need to build your confidence and also your quick thinking ability. Right? So these are some of the things about table topics. So in summary, table topics is a low stakes, fun, and one of the fastest way to grow as a speaker. So whenever a table topic session is there, grab the opportunity. If you want to go first, go for it, and then jump in. So jump in when you are ready and pass when you are not. Okay, so that's about the table topics. So I hope that I have explained clearly about the topic. So in case if you have any questions, queries, or comments regarding this particular topic, please do share them in the chat box, and I'll be happily obliged to respond to those queries. So thank you once again for listening, and I wish you a good day ahead, and see you in the next episode of the series. Thank you once again.